the WhatsApp group. So I will be there and I will resolve your issues. So suppose if you have any doubt, any concerns regarding the course or whatever the working you are. So if you have any concerns, so you can ping in WhatsApp group. So there I will uh, connect with you. Uh, so please join in this WhatsApp group. So, so in this session one, we will learn what are the prerequisites. I will do not waste so much time on these prerequisites because all of you, most of the people are working, so you must have aware of that. But who are no, fresh or new to this one, so they can understand. That's why I'm taking this concept. So prerequisites are nothing but, so suppose if you want to run your Angular application in your local machine, so you need to install Node.js. One is Node.js, and inside Node.js, when you start installing Node.js, it will automatically install npm. Npm is nothing but Node Package Manager. So Node.js, what is Node.js? Do we need to learn that? No need of learning that. So it is the just environment. Environment is nothing but where it will help us to run our application. Like Node.js supports to run, or it provides it provides environment to run the JavaScript or TypeScript program. So it is the environment where it converts JavaScript or TypeScript code into the machine level language. Machine level language, computer level language is nothing but is binary language. So this Node.js actually has to convert human language, like whatever the coding we are writing, here we are in this Angular, we are going to learn or use TypeScript. So it converts that TypeScript into the machine level, binary level language. So for that, this Node.js is having V8 engine. V8 engine is nothing but whatever the browser is having. Whenever you type something, we type in the language, like our own language in English or Telugu, like. So this V8 engine converts that language into the machine level language. So where computer can understand, and it will takes that request, and it will returns the its related content in the browser. So for that, V8 engine is used, and how V8 engine is developed with C++ language. So this V8 engine is developed by the C++. So Node.js is also having this V8 engine, and our browsers also having this V8 engine. So it is easy to run our TypeScript or JavaScript application in the TypeScript or JavaScript code in the browser as well, because V8 engine is common in browser as well as in the Node.js. So we need Node.js for running our Angular application, and npm. npm is nothing but it will install automatically when you gonna install Node.js. So everybody, is my screen visible to everyone? Can anyone please confirm?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So npm is nothing but Node Package Manager. So it will handles entire package managers. Means how it will handle, means suppose if you want to do some work, means without any help, suppose if you want to cook something, then what you gonna do, you will take vessel and you will start cooking, like what are the requirements are there, you will gather them and you will take and you will put into that vessel, then only it will be prepared, right? So instead of that, we have other options nowadays. Nowadays everybody, so many people, not everybody, so many people are using websites to order our food, like Uber, sorry, Swiggy, Uber, and this Zomato. So all these applications we are using to get the food. So like that, npm is also one of them, like not one of them, like it is also like if you take the simple example iphone. In iphone we are having siri. So what siri use, what is the use of siri? So when you command it, it will it will makes ready, or it will prepares for you, like it will prepares item for you whatever you have commanded that. So it will work according to it. So npm is also like this no node package manager. What it will do is, suppose if you want to install some library, or if you want to install something, you have to open your browser and you have to type and you have to check whether it is 64-bit or it is 34-bit, which one it is. So all this you have to take care of it. But instead of that, Node.js is providing us npm. What npm will do is, npm will just automatically in the background it goes into that website, and it will checks our configurations, what are our system configurations, and which application is suitable for that. So all it will only check and it will install. Is it easy or not? Instead of doing ourselves our task, some other tools are making simple. Is it fine for us or not? Can you please answer so that I can understand that you are getting? Hello. Hey guys. You guys are there? Hello. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So the node package manager will act like that. Like if you want to install something, we can command like a npm, please install so and so library. So it will enters into that official website, and it will starts installing that all the dependencies which are required for our application. It will install all the uh, packages, all the dependencies. So these are the prerequisites to run our Angular applications. When these two are installed, then we will install Angular. Then we'll install Angular. So if you want to create Angular application, we need these three. One is Node.js. Node.js is the environment where Node.js is the application or software where it is having V8 engine to convert our TypeScript code into machine level language. And npm is the nothing but node package manager, where it will help us to install package libraries or other dependencies which required for our application. So when you command that a npm install angular, then it will install angular. So one more thing what we need is angular is where if you want to work with angular 8, angular 10, angular 11, or latest 17. So all this we can install with npm. Suppose if you tell a npm install Angular. So what it will do is, it will install Angular. Like it will enters into this official website, and it will start downloading all the packages which are required for this running Angular application. So what is CLI? CLI is nothing but command line interface. It will also directly how npm is installed whenever we are installing node.js. It will start installing CLI. CLI is nothing but command line interface. So what CLI will do is, so see here, if you want to install Angular, we are using npm. Hey, npm, please install Angular. So we are commanding npm to install Angular. Likewise, if you need to install anything, like any library, other libraries like which supports our applications like Bootstrap, if you want to install bootstrap, so like that, whatever, not bootstrap, suppose if you want to create more components in the angular, then you will tell a CLI means here it acts as like ng is abbreviate for this angular. So we'll tell a ng, please install component with so and so name. So we will command to Angular applications. So this is what the use case of this, and these are the prerequisites. It must these must be installed in our, or must be configured in our local machine. And we are going to install Node.js, which is a standalone application we can install, and these are no need any standalone applications for Angular and npm. So only Node.js we are gonna install. Inside Node.js npm is included, and once npm and Node.js is included, then we'll start installing Angular. So once these are done, what are these skills we must have to work with the Angular? So what all we need is, so prerequisites for working with Angular application. So what all we need is, one is HTML. HTML is nothing but hypertext markup language. So what is the use of hypertext markup language? So hypertext markup language, HTML, will in this HTML will write some of the code. Suppose I am writing HTML. Inside HTML, I start writing some of the comments. So why we have to write HTML, and what is the use of these tags? So we'll discuss now. I will give the brief introduction, the brief thing, like in short. But whenever we are going in depth class, so I will explain each and every tag. What is the use case of that? In which case we will use all, so that easily you can use whenever your requirement is there. So inside HTML we'll start writing header and all these things, like we'll start writing this. So what is the use of all this? Why we need to write? We are commanding the browser. We are not going to print these tags in our browser. We are going to print whatever the text we are writing in these commands. We are going to uh, uh, run in our browser. That browser will display only the content but not the tags. But these tags will tell where to display that content. Like if you see here, new one notepad plus plus is there. So here, if you want to display this title here, we need some tag like that. Head, inside head we have title. So the title will help to display like this. So that in the header we are having print that text only, but we are, so HTML basically HTML will help you to create structure, create structure in the browser. So what is the structure? What is the header you need to we need to give, and what are the body, and what is footer, what is a sidebar, side nav. So what is the website name should be like all these things you can handle through HTML. And what other thing we need to know is CSS, cascading style sheets. So CSS is nothing but, see here we are printing the basic content. We are displaying the basic content, but we need to style that content. Suppose you, if you want to display your header name with blue color, then you have here we cannot print, but we cannot directly without giving styles, we cannot change its color. So in that case we need the CSS, cascading style sheets. So what are cascading style sheets means? Here in body tag, I'm gonna write one paragraph. So I I want to, so I want to style this in the blue color. So what I have to do here, I have given only text. So how it can know understand that I want to display it is in the blue color. So in that reason, in for that apply colors or style for this text or this entire structure, we'll use CSS. So in the inside CSS, we are having three types. One is external CSS, and internal CSS as well, inline CSS. So what are external CSS, internal CSS, and inline CSS? So the use case is same, but why we use different types of? So if the use case is same, then why we need these three types? Why three types of CSS are there? Nothing but, suppose if you are writing some CSS in specific file and you are integrating that file into this HTML file, then we, those are called external CSS. And what are internal CSS is? Internal CSS are nothing but inside these tags will write starting styles. So so that with the paragraph, and here only in this header only we will create uh, writing some of the styles, and in this, in one file only we are going to write this CSS. And what are inline? Inline CSS are nothing but inside this tag only we are creating one tag of one property style, and we are going to write color equals to blue. So like this we are going to write. So these are nothing but inline. So for inline we are going to write CSS. So this is nothing but inline CSS. So um, related to CSS, we are having three concepts. So these are the three concepts. We'll explain in detail, like in a hands-on. Uh, and one more thing is we need to learn JavaScript. So what is JavaScript? So JavaScript is nothing but it is open source, and it is a script language as well as a server-side language. So, but basically most of the people will use it in the script. It will use as a scripting language. So you, if you type in the Chrome or browser, which is the demanding language, so you can see that JavaScript. So why so many people are using JavaScript is, it is uh, why, first basically why we use JavaScript in Angular. So why we use is, here we are writing some of the content. Hey, good morning. After that, we are applying some of the styles. But we need to display here, hey, good morning, sometimes, everyone, sometimes with a specific name. So we need to print, if we want to print dynamic content in the browser. With the HTML, we can write static data only, static data. But if you want to display the dynamic, or if you want to develop a dynamic application, then we need this JavaScript. So inside JavaScript, after some of the, like inside JavaScript, there are some of the limitations, like if we use var, there is conflicts with the variables to storing the data. So for that reason, again we got they have developed other technology, which is a superset of JavaScript is nothing but TypeScript. So inside, what is this TypeScript is nothing but, so TypeScript is the superset of this JavaScript. The same features, whatever the JavaScript is having, inside this also it will support, but there are more extra features where it is having ES6 features, and ES6 features, and the type conversion, like type. Type of variables, like if you want to store block level or global level variables, there are variable concept where we can discuss more on that. So all these are strictly, it is having the strict document for that, and we can there is no conflicts between the variable type to variable type. So in this TypeScript, it was built very standard levels. So that's what TypeScript. So in Angular, we are going to use TypeScript only. So how it will component.ts file, which is nothing but TypeScript. So in this TypeScript, we are going to learn logic. What logic we are going to write is business logic. Business logic is nothing but, see, suppose there is interface, like user interface, one login page is there. So inside login page, we have to type our name and first name, last name, and email ID, password. Like suppose in login page we are having email and password. So if you type enter, and when you click on submit button, it must have to take that inputs from the user, and it has to take that input, and it will process, like whether the given input is like proper. Suppose Gmail is there, so it must be like @gmail.com. So it will check with the domain whether the given Gmail is correct or not, and it will validate, basically it will validate, and it will, if the given input is correct, or if the given input is matching with the validations, then only it will sends to the backend. Otherwise it will throws an error, like it will display please enter a valid email ID. So all this we will handle in this component.ts, which is nothing but with TypeScript. So with the help of the JavaScript and TypeScript, we can build applications in a standard way. So that's why there is a huge demand for this JavaScript and TypeScript. So this is what we are going to use in Angular. So if we learn Angular, is this enough? Sorry, if we learn these three, one is HTML, CSS, and TypeScript, are these enough for working with Angular? Yes, these are enough to work with Angular. So do we need depth knowledge on this? No need of depth knowledge, but if we know the OOPS concepts, like object-oriented programming, you are backend people are more, so you must aware of that OOPS concepts. So in this TypeScript also, it is also object-oriented programming, where it supports object-oriented programming. So here also will start writing our logic in the classes, and inside classes where we will use variables and functions. So with the help of that, we'll write logic and will perform some of the operations. So this is what we need to learn. And why then what is Angular? With the including of these or Angular? No, Angular is also having some of the concepts, like where we gonna discuss. Inside Angular, we are having two-way data binding. See here, we are we are writing some of the basic static HTML. Inside static HTML, we are writing the static content. But in the TypeScript, suppose in TypeScript you are giving var name equals to Raju. So in TypeScript, we have taken one variable. We are storing string in name. So we want to display this name in browser. So how we can display? See here, TypeScript will help us to write some of the logic. But we need to display this logic inside this browser. So how we can write, how we can display that, how these two files could interact. So for that reason, Angular is the framework where it will provides us to customize our application. Like if you want to display this name in the browser, then we have two-way data binding and one-way data binding. With one-way data binding, we'll display this name here, and with two-way data binding, whatever name, whatever changes you do in the browser, it will again sends into the TypeScript, and from there you can send it to backend. So this is the one-way and two-way data binding. And there are services where services is nothing but to communicate or integrate the backend APIs with the Angular to display data. The basically why we develop a web applications means to interact the user to interact user can interact with the application. So for that reason we will use. So we have backend data, and we want to display that in the we have to display to human. Human, what we will do, we have to display in a one structure, like it may be in the table, it may be in the list or any type, but we must have to see. So for that reason we have application. So inside application we will perform all this logic. So in this we are having data bindings, services, where services will help us to connect with the backend, and from the front end we will send request, and that enters into backend, and it connects to database. It fetches data, and again it sends to the services. From these services we will subscribe the data, and we will display in the browser. So this is what the use case of these services. And we have directives, and I will explain in short because we have short time. Again, we have to discuss other stuff. We will, whenever we enter into these topics, we'll discuss more detail in all aspects without escaping anything in these concepts. Because if you know that detailed things, then only we can work clearly. Then we can develop such dynamic applications. So we have services, directives, and component levels, and all these we are having. So we'll discuss in Angular uh, such kind of levels. And here one more thing what I want to tell is, we stopped at, do we need depth knowledge in these things, in these languages? no need of depth in this, no need of the PhD level in this. We if we have the basic knowledge, suppose how to write variable, and how we can write functions, and how we can create, how we can utilize these services inside this. So this knowledge is enough to work with this Angular. So when you start working day by day, you can understand more level, like okay, what is the use of this function, what is the use of this variable. So the basic terminology, if you know, we can write any type of logic. If you know how to use variable, if you know how to use functions, then you can perform any type of logic. Like if you want to write a calculation program, you can write if you know the terminology or use case of the language. So that's what we are gonna learn here in this, so that you can now, as per your requirement, you will start writing your logic. So this is what about the course. And in this course, in this course contain approximately 3 months. In this course, we are going, why 3 months is nothing. Why 3 months is, we are gonna discuss in depth each and every concept. So we are not escaping any concept, and we are not escalating any concept. We will discuss in depth each. Suppose if we have data bindings, in how many ways we can bind the data, and if we have services, so what are services, how many, what are the uses, all these things we can we can discuss in this course. And I will show one demo application. By the end of this course, we gonna develop e-commerce website. So I will day by day I will teach you, and I will also provide you the notes on every session. Whatever we are going to discuss, I will write that session in the points, and I will share with you. Because if you have notes, whenever you forget something, whenever you go through that book, so you will get all about that session. So I'm sharing. Okay. One second. So is my screen visible? I have opened my VS Code. Can anyone please confirm?
Yes, sir.
Please increase the font size. Sir, increase your font size.
Uh-huh. Could you please? Hello.
Font size increase, sir. Screen is not visible.
Screen is not visible.
Font
Okay.
size increase.
Is it fine now? Hello. Is it visible now? I have opened browser.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You are able to see the demo application where we gonna learn where we gonna learn side by side with the course day by day. Suppose if you know the concepts of Angular, we'll start working on this e-commerce website. So by the end of the day, you can create such type of applications. So see here, login page is there. Uh, See here, by default, we have disabled submit button. So, yeah, why this submit button is disabled means here we have not entered any input. So, suppose if I touch and if I am coming out of that box, then it is displaying please enter a valid email. So if I enter email, so so that error is gone, right? So suppose if I remove @gmail and I am coming out of that, see here, please enter a valid email. So there is some validations where we have given in the logic. So we must have to, it will check with these standards after @email.com is there or not. It will matches with that standards, and then only if if that standards match, then it will not display any error. Otherwise it will throw an like please enter a valid email and password. See here, I have not entered any password. Still this submit is in the disabled, and suppose if I enter, then this is enabled. So we can build any type of application if you know the terminology of Angular. So see here, I'm unable to log in. Why I'm unable to log in is it is going to backend, and it is searching whether these credentials are there or not. The credentials are not ex if the credentials are not there, then it will not enters into dashboard or home page. So oh, my credentials. One second, I'm entering it my credentials. See here. If my credentials are correct, then it is displaying as log. Okay, means one alert I have given. So inside, so that alert will tell us, okay, you have logged into applications. Is my screen visible? I have now I am in the dashboard page. Can anyone please confirm?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. See here, we have header. Inside header, we have logo, our brand, and we have social media icons where we can connect with this. So here our institute name, and here search. Yeah, suppose if you want to perform some searching, suppose if you want to search something, you can search on clicking this, and when you hover on this profile, we are having my profile, my orders, change password, refunds, and logout. So these are there. Here is a cart where if you click on this cart, if you have any of the items in your cart, it will display those items. And here is the filters and categories. So if you want to check only the mobiles, then it is the short way to search, and tablets, laptops. So if you hover on this one, as I told you, whenever we in the through the HTML, we are gonna write only the basic content. But when you apply CSS, so it will gives styles. So it will styles to that content. It will add styles to that content. So when you click on this one, so it again enters into another page where see here in the URL we are gonna see ID equals to 1 and product ID equals to, and we are going to we are going to handle these all query params with the router which is having concept in the Angular. So we are gonna work with those, and see here we have two options. One is add to cart and one is buy now. And if we click on the add to cart, see here uh, items in cart. So here that item is added. So if you want to place order, see here we have three orders here. I am going to cancel this. So these are the CRUD operations where you can CRUD operations are nothing but where you can create or where you can retrieve or update and delete. So these are the CRUD operations where we can post means where we can get the data, where we can post the data, where we can update the data. Update data means whatever the existing data is there, you want to change something inside that data, so you can update the data. And where you gonna delete the data, see here I have deleted all the items in the orders. So here we are able to see cart is empty. See, I am gonna place some order. See here techno phantom. See here in orders it is added. So when I am placing order, so that order is going into the orders list. So if I want to remove this, so here cart is empty, items in cart, your cart is empty. It will show. You can style this as well, but as per for your demo purpose, I have done this application in 1 day actually. So all this. So day by day I am also going to update this cart as well. So no need to worry about this one. So we are gonna we are gonna learn this e-commerce website, how to design, how to structure this layout. Suppose we need these side navbar and the main page, and here we have page nations. See, on one page we are going to display only three pages, three items. So we have uh, we have 5 pages. So 3 into 5, 15 items are there. So if I am clicking on this pagination, see items are going to change. See, we are at the end of the page. Then next button is disabled. So the previous button is enabled. Suppose if we click on this previous button, it will again start coming before pages. So when it is at the beginning of the page, so the previous button, there are no other previous pages. So it is disabled. So all this kind of technology, like all these kind of concepts we are going to learn. So here we have displayed cost and how much percentage and what is the specifications for this item. We are going to learn. See here expected delivery by tomorrow, expected delivery date, and some other available offers. You can display. It is the it is for the demo purpose, so I have built only the basic part. But whenever it comes to real-time applications, suppose if you are working for organizations, you may see lots of things inside that application. So you can go, you can create any type of application, any type of content, any type of structure, when you know, when you have that terminology in your mind. So that is what
Battle
we are gonna discuss.
battle fire better. Melkona Bath.
Uh, So this is what we are going to learn in this course, and this course is entirely 3 months. So in 3 months we'll discuss HTML part, CSS part in depth, and TypeScript as well as Angular. And after that, I will also teach Bootstrap in this course only. How we can utilize Bootstrap. The Bootstrap is nothing but where we can. There are already inbuilt inbuilt structures. So instead of working on the same structure, we can just and we can utilize our we can can customize that structure as per our requirement. So that is what I gonna teach in this course as well. As well, what we are gonna is we are gonna implement. We are gonna develop e-commerce website side by side. As well, we will also assist you till you get your placement. So this is what in this course package is course package is 10K, and if you want more details on this one, you can discuss with the admin team. So they will inform about the specifications and the brief in the detailed introduction about this one. So I will be available if you have any doubts or anything. I will be available in the through the WhatsApp if you ping in WhatsApp. So if you are facing any issue while you are working or developing
The
with your
videos are
application, will help. Will connect there and will help. Yeah, guys. If you have any doubt, you can ask. If you have any queries or anything.
with videos or without videos?
With
With videos or without videos, sir?
Yeah, there are backup videos also. Back admin team will provide you. There are backend backup videos as well, and I will also provide you content. The more are thing is when I am teaching that time only I will start writing. Suppose if we are discussing about the services, so will write content. Will write its um, uh, actual meaning and where we will use and one example for that, so that it will help you to remember whenever you forget something, some concept, then you will go through your book and you will get that concept in your mind. So that as well I will provide. So yeah, anyone is having any concern or any queries? Yeah, anyone wants to ask anything? And for this, you can please join in that WhatsApp group. So there you can see the content. I will share the content by next demo session. What all are we are going to discuss in this course? I will provide that list as well. In that, I have prepared one document. Inside the document, what all topics we are going to cover. So what are we are going to step by step we are going to learn. So I have prepared that one. I will explain that in the next demo session as well. So now I have given what are the prerequisites for working with Angular. So yeah, yeah. Anyone is having any concern?
Angular which version? Sir?
Yeah, we are going to learn in this course. We are going to learn from no, Angular 2 plus 2 17. So in the 17, it is the like a standalone, and it is completely like people are confusing with that. We'll teach that as well, but we must have to learn the previous versions as well, because the most of the applications which are already organizations
All
working, those are module level, right? So we must aware of those as well as the latest. So we are gonna learn we are gonna learn the concepts of that previous version modules as well as the latest features as well in this course. We'll teach with the and real time. We'll teach in the real time, like doing the answer. Yeah, anyone having any concern, please join this WhatsApp group. I have shared in the chat box. If you have any queries, please feel free to ask. No worries.
Angular which version, sir?
Yeah, Angular, what I'm telling, the latest 17, Angular 17 we are using, but
Yeah.
what I gonna teach you is the previous versions, like how module is using. See, in this latest what happening, we are gonna import in the component level because it is standalone, right? So the
Yes.
previous versions was, suppose if you see, when you face or when you work with organization, you will work in you will work with the already existing application. Suppose if your luck is there, suppose the project is starting that time, then only you will start working from the scratch. Otherwise you will work already existing code is there, so you will start working on that. So if you want to understand that code levels as well, then you must have to aware of that previous version concepts as well, right? So how we were writing in the previous versions. If you want to import some module, if you want to import some of the packages, then how you were importing in the previous organizations. So that as well, you have to aware of that. So I will gonna teach you from the 2 plus to the latest version, all the features. Yeah, any doubt, any queries? Okay, for now, we can if you I will take as no. So if you have any queries, then you can ping in the WhatsApp. I will be available there. And if you have any kind of query, you can ping me. So we are going to wind up this call. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.